Hello everybody, this here is the HappyCabbie. I heard some rather sad news, well sad news for me anyway, that my brother passed away. He was 41 years old, in fact celebrated a birthday just last month. He died in the hospital in California of sepsis. He had kidney problems, liver problems, and a whole bunch of other problems as well. In fact, his health situation was very similar to mine, so kind of gives you something to think about. But nevertheless, he was, the best way to describe him would be describe him as a bumbling genius, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, say for example, those people you watch the TV show Jeopardy. For those of you outside the country, we have a show called Jeopardy, where they come up with the most obscure facts, and these people just happen to know it. My brother loved this show. It was a game show, and he would just sit there, and every single question he could be able to answer, but he just would not feel comfortable being on television. So unfortunately, he was never interested in being on the show. But he was smart enough to be able to win Jeopardy. That's how smart he was. Yet at the same time, just simple, ordinary, street smarts, he didn't have that. He didn't have that. So, bumbling genius is the best way to describe him. And he could calculate just off the top of his head the most stuff that would take the average college student hours to figure out, and that's how great he was. So anyway, he always got good grades in high school, and then of course he went off to the Navy, did 4 years in the Navy, and was stationed aboard a munition ship, and this ship's purpose was to basically supply munitions to other ships in the Navy. I'm not going to mention what ship he was on, just because I don't want to reveal too much personal information about him over the internet, but that's essentially what his duties was, and stuff like that. He then went into college for a while, and then eventually found his way working into the post office, where he served in the post office for about 9 years at one of their distribution centers. He was not a mail carrier. He was one of the people responsible for sorting the mail in the distribution centers, and he did that for about 9 years until his health began to fail. And then last I heard, he was in a nursing home, and then of course now I found out that he had passed away. He had no wife, no kids. His only living relative is me. But anyway, he was a good brother. I mean, they were. I mean, brothers always argue, growing up and stuff like that. It's what brothers do. But as far as being a good brother, he was a good brother. As far as a decent human being, yeah, he was a decent human being. He was a good worker, and that's all I got to say about him. And I guess I wanted to do this in this video format, just because if I were to do it in any other format, it might be too hard. But this time here, I was able to do rehearsal, and rehearsal get it just right. And so there we go. That's pretty much all that needs to be said. And I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.